We are talking about business right now with the founder and chairman of Jersey Mike's, Peter Cancro is here, along with Milken Institute Chairman Michael Milken. Gentlemen, great to see you both.
Great.
Wonderful to see you, Maria.
Thank you so much for being here. And
Yes.
Peter, you've got such a great story, and I want to get to it because your story of starting a sub shop when you were 17 years old and growing it the way you have, and then passing it on and selling it to Blackstone is just incredible. So I want to get that story. Mike, you have so much to say on this Giving Day at Jersey Mike's. Tell us about Giving Day. Peter, let me start with you and what's going on today at Jersey Mike's.
So in 1975, we started giving and making a difference in people's lives. And actually, 2010, Dalton Stewart started all of us putting the Day of Giving. And today, all the proceeds from every store go to Special Olympics. And 4,000 to 5,000 athletes come together every 4 years, this year in Minneapolis. So we hope to raise over $30 million today for Special Olympics.
That's incredible. Thank you for doing that. And Mike, this is very important to you as well in terms of the Special Olympics. You've talked about this over the years in terms of your own incredible philanthropy.
Well, it was more than 40 years ago, Maria, that we took a day for all of the children of all of our employees to spend a day with kids of special needs. And what you learn from this is, yes, the special needs kids have a fantastic day. But the other kids, it opens their eyes to the challenges of others, and they probably learn more from that than the other kids. And I taught for 2 years, as you might remember, in a school for kids with special needs. So it brings it home, but it also underlines the importance of companies like Jersey Mike's to get involved with the communities they live in. And all the employees today of Jersey Mike's throughout America will have a chance to know that they're contributing to kids with special needs.
Yeah, I think this is really important that you're broadening it out to look at companies and what's going on. There is a movement underway to ensure that employees have a stake in the business. Talk to us about that and what you're seeing from corporate America today.
Well, we have this program at the Milken Institute called Economic Mobility Alliance, and there's more than 20 different programs, and you're familiar with many of them, Maria, but Blackstone, if we took all their employees that work for all their companies, might be the third largest employer in America today. And they have a program really focused on upskilling their employees, career pathways, so that they have a career at those employees. And you and I both have spoken a number of times about what was Invest in America accounts, now Trump accounts, that we're going to see a tremendous change for children, where every child born starting on July 4th, the country's 250th birthday and my 80th, are going to get $1,000, and the ability for all of us to put money into those accounts. In addition to that, we've now launched, and the president in his State of the Union pointed out the idea of American Dream retirement accounts, where for the 40 to 50 million Americans that do not have a 401k plan, do not have a pension plan, they're going to be getting into a program similar to the federal savings plan. And what we see today, the country in the world that has the highest median net worth is Australia with its superannuation funds.
Okay.
It's about twice as high as the U.S. The U.S. has the highest average, but this program that Jersey Mike's has throughout our country really energizes both the employees and lets us once remind the challenges of so many kids with special needs.
Yeah, thank you for that. And you know, you made so many points there in terms of getting students to understand and children to understand the value of investing in corporations, in corporate America is so powerful. The Trump accounts, it was just so smart. And you've got such an incredible story, Peter. You lived the American dream yourself. You recently did this $8 billion private equity deal, handing the CEO reins over. I want to get your take on how Jersey Mike's changes. But first, tell us your story. How did you build this incredible company?
So started at 14 in the local sub shop in Point Pleasant. And then in '75, the owner put it up for sale and went over to my football coach's house, Rod Smith, and he said he could do something, and he did. So I gave up going to study law and political science in college, and off I went to run the sub shop. 1975, over 50 years ago. So.
Peter, this is incredible. How did you get the money to actually build this? You needed money to pay people. Were you making the sandwiches yourself?
Of course. I'm still the fastest slicer. Challenge anyone out there.
It's so great.
Yeah, so it was a lot of fun, a lot of years. But we grew to over 3,000 stores now, coming up on 3,300. That's why today's impact will be so powerful across the nation.
And your story in and of itself tells people with special needs that there is incredible opportunity and you can do it. Yeah. And it's just a story of strength and growth.
Right,
yeah.
Right. So. Yeah, I mean, it's amazing to see these athletes, these special needs kids. In 1975, I held a track meet at our local high school field, so I've been involved with it from early days. Started in 1968 by Eunice Kennedy Shriver.
Wow.
And Tim Shriver running it now today, her son.
And Mike, I mean, you hear these stories and showcase these stories all the time at your center in Washington. What do you think about when you see this story, Peter, at 14 years old and 17 years old, going and working and starting this sub shop, and now selling the company and handing over the reins, $8 billion private equity deal, $8 billion private equity deal to Blackstone Group so many years later? That certainly is the American dream.
Well, about 1/3 of Americans, Maria, believe they've achieved their dream, whatever that dream might be. About 1/3 think they're on their way, and about 1/3 feel they're never going to achieve it. So Peter's story is a story of just going to work in a sub shop that grew over time to 3,300 stores. And so in the United States affords the best access to capital in the world. People from around the world come here for access to capital. But it shows that your dream is a simple dream. For some people, we discovered the dream was coaching their daughter's soccer team. They learned about soccer practices. And the #1 quality needed to achieve the dream is freedom to live your life. More than 80% of the people will tell you that is essential to achieve your dream. Only 1 in 6 will tell you it's personal wealth. So, but Peter's story tells you you can start small. And when I think of those hundreds or thousands of companies I had a chance to start small that grew, it tells you what leadership means and what passion means. But I just want to stress again, Maria, for everyone working at Jersey Mike's today, it really stresses that they can do something special. Yeah. Whatever they contribute today is going to go to the Special Olympics. Now, they might not be out on the track with the kids, but what they're doing that day is going to make a difference.
Yeah, and I was told that Steve Schwartzman's actually going to be there at Jersey Mike's. He's going to be slicing up.
We're going to have them behind the counter. I'm going to teach them how to make a couple of subs, but probably keep away from the slicer today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
But it's all about all of us raising up together today.
But it is raising up together, and you guys have made a lifestyle out of it, and you have been doing so much over your entire career, Mike, for education, for health care, for so much, as you say, working alongside small companies, helping them to become big companies. I have to ask you your take on the current markets, Mike, and this worry that is sort of going through markets, and that is about private credit. What is your take about the current worry about private credit, gates going up, investors not able to take money out? How do you see things?
Well, if you, many of the world's greatest investors will tell you why you see a crowd rushing to an exit, it's time to go in. And when you see everyone rushing to go in, it's time to come out. But I would say to Maria, if you go back to the mid-1970s, there was a concern about credit, the first oil shock. And if you would have bought non-investment grade debt, at the end of 1974, you would have made 100% on your money in 2 years. So what we're seeing today is individual investors are a very small part of private credit. Most of private credit is institutions such as insurance companies going into funds and investing long term. And what we discovered over the years, all these crises that occurred, is that when you have a mismatch of maturities, you're borrowing overnight and lending long, and interest rates go up. So if we go back just the last few years, between 2021 and 2023, when interest rates went up dramatically, we ended up losing two great banks. Silicon Valley Bank and Republic Bank were both taken over. Why? Because they had bought intermediate government securities and borrowed overnight. So when interest rates went up, they were getting a lower rate of return than they were paying. And so the goal was, can we put long-term liabilities together? Insurance companies, pension funds, foundations, can they invest long-term and loan money to companies at fixed rates? So what you're seeing today is a very small part of the market is on the individual investor, and the individual investor obviously responds, and people have written about it for centuries. And so today they've responded to fears, and they're looking for the exit. But if you look at the major money managers, maybe 1, 2, maybe 5% of their assets are with individuals. Most of their responsibilities are insurance companies have 20, 30, 40-year liabilities promising you. Now, what are they going to invest in? They're not going to come in and out overnight. So my opinion is what you're seeing is people want liquidity now, and whether that proves to be a good decision or not in retro. But the financial markets are strong, and overall private credit is institutional investors loaning money to companies in the United States.
Yeah, I mean, I recognize these are short-term moves, you know, but we see oil where it is, and people are worried that it stokes inflation. I mean, Peter, can you speak to what you've seen recently about the impact of oil? And, you know, we were talking with Brooke Rollins, the agricultural secretary, and, you know, the price of fertilizer, Micron, you know, memory chips higher. So we are seeing prices bubble up. How is that impacting business?
Well, Mike's bringing up the early 70s, 74, and if you remember back then, odd even gas days, there were shortages with meats, provisions, and the prices really went up. But we always survive that. We see prices going up again, but it's a cycle, and they come back down, but we always are doing fine with it. You know, it is what it is as it goes along through the decades. But we have survived with it through the years.
Sure,
People come less.
Have you seen an impact? Is it significant, the impact on pricing?
No, not for us so much, because, again, our small unit economics and people operating the store. So, I mean, it has gone up considerably, and wages, of course, really hit. But it's part of our business, and we've learned to adapt.
Well, Mike, I feel like I mean, the other day, someone said to me, it's such an incredible time to be alive. I mean, when you see what's going on in terms of the philanthropy that you're talking about, but also AI and technology, when you look at this moment in time, how AI is actually also impacting education and healthcare in such a profound way. Can you compare this to any other time? Do you agree that this is a special moment right now with regard to what we're seeing out there?
I do believe it is, but one of my favorite movies was a movie, Hidden Figures. And the leader of an accounting group was concerned they were going to be disintermediated. And she went and learned Fortran. That was the language I first learned many, many years ago. And she became very productive. Her unit succeeded. It's a great story. Now, today, what you need to do is you need to become knowledgeable how to use AI. And so it's a tool that you can use to make you more productive. You mentioned an area of healthcare. Healthcare and medical research is being revolutionized by all these technologies that are available today, and we're going to find a way to shorten the time it takes to bring new cures to the market. So there are positives, but those that learn how to use these tools. Maria, I was disintermediated in 1970 by a calculator. I used to be able to calculate yields in my head, and there, all of a sudden, there was a calculator.
Wow.
And I could remember millions of trades, but now you had computers that could remember more. And so you're constantly being disintermediated by new technologies, and this is maybe the most powerful one we've ever seen.
Yeah.
But the key is to embrace it and learn how to use it.
I mean, would you also say that AI has helped on just the basics of, you know, a sub-store? I mean, how do you use it in your daily life?
So I think we're beyond that. We like to just share our life with the customer, move them in and out, and AI hasn't replaced anything for us on the line, which is most important.
You
the
said,
customers, the community.
Of course. And you said you're in this expansion mode, 3,000 plus stores targeting global growth, including Europe now?
That's right.
Yeah.
We're opening up now, looking in London, England. So
what has been the reception? Because I guess different cultures will react to those heroes differently, right?
well, yes, but I mean, different toppings, you know, putting different mustard sauces on, but the sandwich is known worldwide.
Yeah, I mean, Mike, the reason I bring up all of this is because you've got the Milken Center for Advancing the American Dream. And the American Dream means a different something for everybody. What have you learned from this center that you opened in Washington, right near the White House, by the way?
Well, our goal there was to give people hope. And I think our exit interviews, that's the #1 response. We've recorded 4,000 people's stories. You can find the story of a person like you. And so the banners outside say, come find your American dream. If you were born into a family and had many, many challenges in your family, Maria, you might not have even known your father. Well, after you see 50 stories of people that rose up that didn't know their father, maybe you see a different view. And so the first goal is hope that you can make it, and that's what they come away from. The second one is that you have to take some personal responsibility. When you hear the stories of people like yourself, Maria.
Is Maria, has she been involved with it down there?
Yes, I have. I told my story, and
right.
I was interviewed for the center, and I'm proud to have my story there.
Yes.
But your story also, I assume, is there.
Yes,
right?
that's how I met Mike.
It's a big day at Jersey Mike's today. And leave us with your sort of comments as we're about to celebrate 250th birthday in America, and you're giving back after this stunning career. Mike gives back all the time.
So many, all the workers all get the culture of giving. That's what it's about, and that's shared, and that's all across America today. So please come in and buy a Jersey Mike sub, and we'll give to the Special Olympics.
What a great story. Peter, thank you very much. Good to see you. Mike, always a pleasure.
Wonderful, Maria.
Thank
and
you,
when they get your story, they also get your family story, your dad's story.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I love the story, and I'm so proud. Michael Milken and Peter Cancro. Today is Jersey Mike's annual day of giving. Over 3,000 nationwide locations donating 100% of the sales to the 2026 Special Olympics USA Games. We'll be right back.